From Discord servers with tens of thousands of underage members engaging in inappropriate acts on Roblox, to the very disturbing reality of most condo games. Today, I am investigating into the disturbing world of Roblox condos. However, firstly I must explain what a condo game is, or at least what it's supposed to be. Condos are a type of game in Roblox where the players will join and roleplay, buying a room at a hotel for example. This is where usually the player will engage in some sort of ERP type roleplay with whoever they are playing with. But people don't really use it for that. Well, they do, but it's way worse. You see, this probably would have been a very niche thing in Roblox. However, since it was so accessible and open to things like ERP, it wouldn't be long until players and even moderators would start abusing these games for much more sick desires. Things like menus where you can edit your character to have very inappropriate features, or an emote wheel that allows you to make your Roblox character do some very questionable actions, if you get where I'm coming from. And it would very quickly become apparent that people were not just using these games for doing things like ERP, but they would also have full-on on these games, and with no proper age verification, it would quickly become the breeding ground for behavior. But with the popularity of condos increasing, Roblox would soon catch wind of these games and begin not just banning them, but getting platforms such as Discord to ban servers promoting these games, as not only were these inappropriate condos being played on a children's game, but it was starting to become a very serious problem for Roblox. This was because major news organizations such as the BBC would post articles about Roblox condo games and why parents should not be letting their kid play Roblox, and rightfully so. This would cause Roblox to be very strict on cracking down on condos, and ultimately has led to where they are at today. Still very accessible but hidden from Roblox and the public. However, these games were starting to cause a real problem for Roblox, but specifically because of like I said before, most, if not all of these games do not have age verification. So just like it is easily accessible to someone over the age of 18, it is just as easy for a child to access the same game. And these condos would contain a lot of people that were purely playing them to fulfill their sick desires. And there have been endless cases of not only players, but even staff of the condo games being and preyed upon by game owners or other staff, but we will visit that topic in a bit. So before we dive deeper, I would like to tell you how this all initially started. In my Discord server, which you can join in the description if you don't mind, I will often ask my community if they want me to explore any specific topics or deep dive into anything surrounding Roblox. Now, I've always had this suggestion to have a look at Roblox condo games. However, only recently did I decide, why not? Let's have a look into this. But little did I know at the time, this would be the beginning of a very long rabbit hole. As one does, I would begin my research, first starting with a simple YouTube search to see if anybody else has covered the topic in the past. And literally all I would search is these three words: Roblox condo games. But what I would discover next still shocks me to this day. It was tens, if not hundreds of videos of people showcasing and advertising these Roblox condo games. And the first video I would click on would tell me everything I need to know about these type of games. The video was showcasing the several acts you can commit inside of these games. They would also show you how you can go on about joining these games, and it all starts with a link they put in the description. It was a discord.gg link to a server that is named Roblox Condos 85k with a somewhat suggestive profile picture. The Discord server had over 85,000 members, and upon joining, they would ask me multiple different questions about myself. However, they left out one very important question: what my age was. However, they did have a text channel titled Dear Discord, where they would point out how this server was 18 plus and NSFW, but it has no verification and it looks like it was purely put there so Discord doesn't shut down the server. But upon joining, I would soon find out what type of community this really was. And I must also mention that before I joined, I was warned that most condo servers are full of racists, neo-Nazis, and other very weird people. And boy were they right. As soon as I joined, there was at least 3 people in chat chat, all saying the N-word as if it was their everyday vocabulary, but giving them the benefit of the doubt, they could just be black people who have the right to say it. But from the amount of people saying it, and what I had been told before about condo servers, I think it's very fair to assume that these were white people saying racial slurs. I would assume probably because they spend most of their time and conversations on Discord, where you can get away with being white and saying the N-word, as you aren't going to get called out or stopped over Discord. However, these same people, if they did ever leave their house, probably wouldn't dare to speak like that in public, let alone if there were black people near them. But that is far from the reason we are investigating these servers. Another thing that I would see upon joining is the amount of inappropriate conversations they were having for everyone else to see. It was the public general chat, and there were members actively role-playing a relationship over Discord. Now, I know that's kind of the point of these servers, but with no age verification and the Discord being purposely made to advertise Roblox Condo games, this is only going to produce some of the most disgusting degenerate freaks you can find on the internet. The main feature of the Discord was the fact that it was able to generate a private condo game for its users, even with some of them sitting behind a paywall. I will touch on that a little later in the video, but before that, I would like to investigate into one of the biggest in Roblox Condo's history. However, first you must learn the procedure in which these take to lure victims for their sick desires. Most cases of behavior that have come out of condo games have mostly been from an influential figure, such as a moderator, admin, or maybe even a developer. And usually these people will abuse their powers in order to lure underage victims to their condo games, where they would then take advantage of them. And I think a good example of this is the case of Roblox user Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra is what he called himself. Him and his friends at the time were moderators for one of the biggest Roblox Condo Discord servers, and the reason he named himself after Frank Sinatra is because this was the strategy that they would use in order to lure underage girls into ERP. Since they were all named after famous musicians, this would allow them to easily make conversation with their victims. But I needed to find out more. What would lead this Frank person down such a disgusting path in life? What exactly did he gain out of doing these types of things? And would he eventually get caught? Well, this would lead me to get into contact with someone who not only knew about Frank and his victims, but used to also work alongside him for Roblox themselves. They would go on to say this.
Basically, I used to work at a game called The Black Cat 1984, and we had different departments, specifically 3, which was barkeeping, security, and entertainers. I was originally in barkeep, which I eventually swapped over to help out entertainers, and Frank ended up becoming a high rank within that group. He had perms within our game, and we found out that he was luring the girls on Roblox into his condo game. There's I think maybe 2 or 3 videos exposing him on YouTube already, but they don't have a lot of views yet. He pretty much would tell them to join him in his studio game that he was working on, and he was within this group that was supposed to mock, I guess, old-time artists, such as Frank Sinatra, Michael Jackson, and he would use that as an advantage to get girls into his game. Him and his friend Paul had a history of saying racial slurs as well, which you can see within the screenshots. There was an entire movement between Dean M, which was another one of their friends, who was supposed to mock Dean Martin, and right here, as you can see, within the screenshots that I've sent you, Frank was bringing random girls, I don't think he even knew their ages beforehand, into condo games, and he would ask them for, getting on the bed, a lot of NSFW stuff, and he had his friends join him on it, which Light Z was one of them, Paul Anka was another one, and Frank Sinatra was the main guy. We are unaware of who the girls are, but they were involved in all of this condo gaming, and they were aware of how bad it was, but they still continued. He would pretty much it was extremely easy for him, because I think even some of his targets were at the game that I worked at. He would join communities, he would become slightly bigger figure, and then he would lure people in, and that's how he got them. It was extremely easy for him to do it, because there are also servers and stuff for condo making people who want to join condos, and he was in a few of them. I don't know which servers they were, but he was in, I think, 2. He was just a normal guy from what I saw. I mean, I've seen multiple people, even in the group that I used to work at, they were Some people on the staff team in the old game that I worked at were being groomed by other staff. We had lots of stuff, and Frank was one of them. People would defend him and say that he wasn't, but it was very clear that he was, and he claimed that he was 17. Not 17, was it 15? Yeah, 15. And it was clear that he was way older. He was head of entertainment, which meant he, led all of our entertainers. He was a role model for them. He was very big in the community. And even after he had gotten demoted, he somehow still had access to admin commands, and he was in-game using them. There was a lot of stuff that he was doing, and we ended up finding out about it. So he got his rank completely stripped, and he would deny the allegations, but as you can see, there's proof all over. I know that they've already taken measures to try and stop it, but it's obviously not working, because I think condo games have been around since even way before 2020, I'd say, because people used to even use Meep City as a condo game, and it just started to grow more popular from there. From my knowledge, there's websites that you can use to find condo games, there's Discord servers, there's connections. Most of the people within condo games, the issue is that you don't know anybody's age. You don't actually know who's behind the screen. So if you are 19 doing this on a kid's game, the other person could be 11, and you wouldn't know. I mean, I'm sure that there are cases where some of them are more 18 plus verified, but I have seen from screenshots of Frank, Paul, and multiple other people that you can easily find those videos online, and some people will record it and upload it, it's all over the internet. And some people will just be like, oh, I want to do this with someone, and then they'll drop a social, and that's how they get into it. And I think there's all kinds of different routes to get into it, which is a big issue. And they obviously have a lot of players since, condos have lasted out this long, so people actively contribute. It's a very big thing. It's definitely grown bigger over the years, but it's a very reoccurring thing, and I think that's usually where most cases will come from within Roblox is condo games.
However, with the story of Frank out of the way, I wanted to see what these condo games really were like in 2025. I wanted to find out if they really worked or if Roblox had finally stopped the problem. This is how it went. Right guys, so as you know, I've already been in some Roblox Condos Discord servers, and in one of these servers, they, I guess, offer you the chance to play a condo game, I guess. I'm not really too sure. I'm just gonna click this button. Okay, so it looks like I have to complete some steps before getting access to this. So not only are they spreading these disgusting games, but they're making money off of it. So, okay, so I've unlocked the content. This experience is not available. So at least they're getting taken down, that's good. But I'll get back to you guys when I find one that works. Okay guys, so it looks like I have found a Roblox Condo game, I guess. It has 8 visits with 4 online right now. I really don't know what to expect, but let's dive in, I guess. Okay guys, so we've just loaded in. There's someone, I guess. So it looks like these are just houses or something. Let's just enter a house and see what happens. Okay, so this house is a bit confusing. Well, let's try this house since... Never mind, I've been disconnected. Well, it looks like I've just been booted to the home screen, so I guess we'll rejoin. I at least thought I'd be able to spend some time and at least check it out, but hey, it looks like Roblox has their moderation cut out for them. Or they just detect me and ban me straight away. I don't know how a disconnection works in Roblox. And as we just literally live on this recording, this game has been banned. Okay, interesting. So that guy who was in the game, he must have been like a moderator or something. Okay guys, so it looks like I found another game, and this one only has 1 visit, so maybe these just get auto banned when someone joins. Because if we refresh the page right here, wow. So what looks like this Discord does is generate one of these basic games in like, I guess with AI or a computer or something. But it looks like when you join, they instantly get deleted, which is very good of Roblox. However, these condo servers have massive communities and players who will sit on condo games all day. So I'll get back to you guys when I find one that works. Okay, so we have made it in here, and Jesus, bro. I'm gonna have to blur that. Holy shit. Okay, I am not good with that. I can't change it, but what the f***? Okay, at least there's a first person mode, so I don't have to look at that. But all I did was click one button and it completely changed my character to have, let's just say, not so safe for work features. What I am more curious is to who is exactly in these servers. As we can see, there is someone called Bino the God and this person called D tier. I mean, there's commands. Jeez, I guess you can like emote or something. Oh, the Bino person left, and now there is these, bro. Jeez. Wow. Well, that looks like what is the condo experience. You join one of these Discord server links, get invited to a game that almost instantly gets banned every time. And I guess you can just, I mean, I don't even want to explain it, but I'm sure you can get the gist of what people do in these servers, as I've probably explained it in the video. But this is just wild, bro. I can't believe it is this easy. Like, although some of the games did get banned upon joining, like, if I was one of these creepy people and I really wanted to get on one of these games and do some horrible stuff, it realistically is not that hard. Now, I don't know what Roblox can do, and I'll probably touch on that later in the video, but just look how many people are joining, bro. These are all just like D1 gooners, bro. Like, jeez, this is bad. All right, well, I am going to leave this, as kind of don't want to ever join anything like that again. But that was the first-hand experience into one of these condo games. It is really not hard to access. My conclusion after experiencing firsthand how condo games work, it looks like Roblox are doing a very good job at banning and moderating these games before anybody can really spend a lengthy amount of time on them. However, it looks like the condo servers are working even harder. They must have some sort of bot system that allows them to instantly create a working condo game faster than Roblox can ban them. But I'll touch on how I think Roblox can fix the issue in just a bit. However, I would also get into contact with one of Roblox's biggest developers in the condo space to get his opinion on the problem within their community and how Roblox could potentially fix it. This is what he said.
Basically, is a big problem within the condo community. There's many different products in many servers. Sadly, many condo creators don't even care about it. I'm not saying everyone, but very big servers, like, I'm not gonna say names, they just don't care about it, just care about the money. Even though there's still many servers which actively get reported, get them banned off the server to ensure children's safety. I have dealt with many problems myself, sadly. I had many reports. I always used to ban them, to question them. And I mostly got their information sometimes if it's very badly. Condos, sadly, like any part of the internet, will never be 100% safe. There will always be some kind of weird people trying to do very questionable stuff with people of very younger age. So I wouldn't say that condos would be ever safe, but to be honest, nothing on the internet is safe. Roblox, sadly, there's nothing that they really can do about it. I don't think, since most people could just lie about their age, and there's nothing that Roblox really could do about it. The worst I had to deal with was a 35-year-old Italian. No, it wasn't even 45. I think it was 55-year-old Italian guy which had a 12-year-old girlfriend. I got his whole information and reported him to the Italian police. I got his address, I got his phone number, I got his bank account number, and just reported him to the police. I didn't harm him in any way though. I found it out due to actually his brother, her brother I mean, called out to me on Discord, DM'd me saying that he found out that his little sister had a 55-year-old boyfriend. So she basically just was a victim. I got DM'd if I could just do something about it, and I just said that. Hopefully, the police dealt with him in the end. He should be now in jail if I'm correct. I mean, hopefully. I'm not sure about it, but I assume he is. No, I did not contact Roblox really about it, since I don't know what they're supposed to do. They wouldn't do shit anyways. I think it's just smarter to report them to the police. It's kind of useless to just report them to Roblox. There's nothing they are really gonna do about it. So, any last words? Nothing on the internet is safe. You just have to have common sense about yourself. Don't click any private information online, and don't e-date for the love of God. It's mostly can anyways be a different. It can be anytime a different age. And yeah, that's it.
I would also like to share a story about my girlfriend. So the other day, I was telling her about the fact that I'm making this video and it's on Roblox Condo games. And she was telling me how she would play these games such as Dress to Impress, and she would run into some of these condo players, and they were very weird. They would talk about how they wanted to roleplay being wife and husband, and that they had a game she could join. And keep in mind, they would never ask anything about age. Now, thankfully my girlfriend wouldn't join any of these games as it sounds obviously sketchy, but what if that person was talking to some, let's say, 7-year-old girl who didn't know anything about online safety? Let me remind you that this is my girlfriend's first-hand experience that she randomly told me after I brought up the video. So if this has happened to her in one of the very few times she has ever played Roblox, just imagine how many other players who play Roblox a lot, namely kids, have been exposed to these essentially who lure people from other games to these condo servers. Which brings me on to my next topic. How do I think Roblox is supposed to combat this type of degeneracy in their games? Well, let's start from the condo players. These people will always be in Roblox. It's sad that Roblox has become the place for these degenerates, but it has, and it will forever be like this until Roblox does something. However, I don't think banning the people who participate in these activities will really do anything in the long run. Roblox needs to go for the server owners and take them down. And if you think they can't, they can. These servers are actively using Roblox's IP, but not just that, they are using it to promote NSFW content within the game, which is not only against Roblox's terms of service, but it also makes Roblox look bad, and it makes certain parents stop their kid from playing the game. Like, if it was that easy for me to not just find these servers, but to join them and have access to the games, it shouldn't be hard for a Roblox staff member to do that, find the source, and sort it out. Roblox moderation has to do better than that. They need to block the IPs in which the games are being created, and they have the tools to do this, but the question is, why don't they? Well, we all know how bad the working conditions for Roblox moderators can be, and we also know that they aren't very strict when it comes to moderating communities. But if you want your game to be known as a fun game that any age from a young kid to an older adult can enjoy, then you need to be strict within these communities. The problems start when you mix kids and adults in the same community, which is exactly what Roblox aims for, as it is more beneficial for them monetarily. But if you want this to happen, you really need to crack down. Any 18+ themed games should not exist in Roblox since the game is played by kids. Simple. Or if you do somehow want that to be a feature in Roblox, put it behind a strict ID verification system. And I know Roblox did try this, however it was very shit, and you could literally bypass it with a McLovin ID from Google. I'm not even joking. I know Roblox is capable of fixing the problem. Now, for my personal opinion on condo games, well, firstly, I want to state that I think it is beyond weird if you play these condo games even by yourself or with another adult. And if you do this, you should probably reconsider your life choices and maybe speak to a woman in the real world. As for the people that run these condo servers or groups, from what I've heard behind the scenes, some of these Discord servers can make the owners up to 50k a month. So it makes sense as to why someone is doing it. And I wouldn't really put the blame on them, as if they didn't do it, somebody would. I would say that Roblox is the one ultimately responsible for all of this, because like I said, they aim for the game to be played by all ages, but they don't put in the safety and restrictions for those who need it. However, that concludes my investigation into the disturbing world of Roblox condo games. But as always, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy content like this, please make sure to subscribe, and if you want to watch something similar to this, click the video on screen now.